All right. Today we are going to, let's see, I need to change the stream info because we are not reading books. Editing and sorry for the lighting, it is a spooky day out there. I do have kind of sort of, it's not a ring light, it's like a fake sunlight, but it's over there and I don't feel like moving it. So when I have certain screens up, my face is going to be nice and dark. Or here, let me just try it. Hmm, it works. Okay, editing the story together. How fun! So that's going to be my tagline for today, because that's what we're going to do. I've already been thinking about it today. Let me pull up, I forgot to pull up my notepad. So I want to change the overall family structures, which will make, not, I mean, it's not going to be huge. It's just going to make just have to go through and make sure I make those edits. That's all. And another somewhat minor edit. I see this is highlighted. I think I was going to change this to say hop up and down, because this is too similar to like the hopping over a broom, and I don't want to be taken away from any traditions. Up and down. We'll keep that for now. Okay, in fact, I'm going to take this out. Yeah. And the students sit on pillows and learn. Speaking of doctors, why do I say speaking of doctors? Now this is turning into something different. So for whatever reason, I said something about school, and then I'm like, speaking of doctors, even though I haven't even mentioned doctors. What about I think I might just take out this bit. Even the weather people, we're going to say weather people. The weather people are different. The weather people, for some reason I can't see the mouse, so if you ever see me struggle busting, that is what is happening. Don't know why I cannot see the mouse. But anyways, so I made those changes. The weather people are different. The weather people in Zimington are actual psychics who watch the weather in their crystal balls. The houses are quite unique. They're made of recycled food containers. That's great. Residents, lots of different shapes, colors, and sizes. Zoe has curly purple hair, blue skin, lives in an orange yellow house with her. Okay, so I'm kind of thinking I want to change this to just an aunt. Oh my gosh. Zoe's aunt has a very, wow, this Google Docs is on top of it. So, okay, that's something I want to think about. So we're gonna, oopsies. Like I said, this mouse is just, for some reason, it goes away. It's like, it's white. Not my mouse. I'm going to highlight this. as something, and I'm going to put it in my notes. I can take out my note about changing the wise men and weathermen. Done that. Then we need to notes. First book, aunt, job. Because I had decided I wanted to make it they live with their aunt. I don't know if I really need to explain it. So something I also realized once I read through all 6 is that I haven't really expanded on this whole thing about pets can talk. That's a note I thought about, but I didn't make. So maybe a book all about pets, because I do love pets and that they can talk. We're going to say pretend to be pirates. I am just chopping away. Okay. Okay, so their neighbors, the Chili Tunes, had moved away, as is in Zoomington tradition. The Mizzymeyers took chocolate pudding to their new neighbors once they had moved in. So his aunt rang the doorbell, and after aunt and my little brothers. Don't really know editing wise if I need to have multiple all closed parentheses or closed quotes. Oh, I don't know. And I think I'm gonna make this stepfather just to change it up. Edit. Save and I don't know. Zoe's aunt gave away. Okay. Nice to meet our new neighbors. We want to be sure to walk you to stepfather smile. Okay. Now, this is the part where Jane reveals what I guess Zoe thinks is so boring. My mother works in a library, and my stepfather well, I can't wait to go back to Dalton. Blah, blah, blah. Told her family about what happened between her and Zane. Her stepdad works in a laboratory? Zoe's aunt added. Oh, I already said added just there. This just seems weird. Okay, I'm going to highlight this as I'm reading it again. This is the part that got too wordy as I was reading it. I think I can take this out. Remember, and I want to really, I they're the Mizzymeyers, their family. It's not a situation I grew up with, living with my aunt, and I want to honor that anybody who grows up in that's their family. Just because it's not what society has tried to make us think is traditional and correct. Okay. Hello, Mrs. Buffer. Okay. Your stepdaddy-o. Loaf of friendship bread. Okay, I think I've made the main changes to this one. Ooh, since I took out so much, made it all on a different page. Last few months, what is this one? Oh, yes. This is about the video games and using their imagination. What if we call her Aunt Mizzy replied? Aunt Mizzy replied. Now, be patient. Well, I finished decorating. It's kind of crazy to just have completely taken out entire characters, but it feels good. I like this direction of making it a bit different in that way. Okay. And I don't know if I'm ever going to need to explain the situations. I know as far as Jane's family, speaking of a mom and stepfather, that's something I have experience with, being a kid of divorce. I would need to learn more about maybe kids living with their aunt for whatever reason. If their parents have passed, if their parents aren't able to care for them at this time. I don't know. Okay, so we did that. So Aunt Mizzy gives the video game now. Oops, I noticed this as I was reading it. Ironically, as much as I'd like to have my books published, I am not somebody who's very tuned into grammar. Practically glued. Okay, hey Z-Man. Oh no, the power must have gone out. What do we do now? Zoe's aunt and best friend. Aunt Mizzy. Down. Yep, this is something I'm kind of wanting, now I'm thinking about a little bit more too, is I'm gonna just change it to Aunt Mizzy. This is kind of one, if they got them the game, they shouldn't be on their case about playing the game. I think we all need to put our imagination caps back on. Yes, you're right, Zoe. Let's pretend we are cave people sitting around a fire. Okay. Couldn't stop talking. You know what, Zeman? We have been playing the video. I think we said, Ms. E. every now and then. And then just take that out. Just kind of rethinking about, I'll read through these again after I do the overall edits. What is this supposed to be? I don't know. Okay, so got that one. Hooray for Halloween! So on this one, Aunt Mizzy. I like the name Aunt Mizzy. It kind of reminds me of Mrs. Frizzle, which is if you grew up watching the Magic School Bus. It's a fantastic show. She's quirky, and I love her. Each year, Aunt Mizzy. Last year, she made pumpkin. Yep. I'm going to say Aunt Mizzy, oops, was bottle dressing. Then we're just going to take out this because we no longer have them. Now I'm going to make, whoop, so it was a tomato. I have a nice variety of colors in our salad. Okay, Mizzymeyer Ghost Stories. We'll say Xander told that one. Give Xander a little spotlight. Okay, I'm just scanning through, seeing. Oh yes, what a great idea! Jane squealed. I said squealed a lot. I also have a house phone. Is that gonna just be? Even Google doesn't even understand what a house phone is. Is it supposed to be one word? Do they know that? No. Now if I do this, it's like, what is this house phone? So, what if we said walkie-talkie? Do kiddos still know what walkie-talkies are? If not, they're old people in their life can explain it. But the idea of, sure, I'll trust Google's grammar recommendations. I wonder, do they have synonyms? That would be nice. I like synonyms. No. Okay. No synonyms, just squealed. I'll keep thinking about that one. My parents, they said they have a blah during the Monday. Okay. Aunt Mizzy. Or we'll say Zoe. We'll let Zoe take charge of this. What's your idea, Jane? I just don't think we need that. Right? What about space? What other ideas do we have? Team? And we should still take a vote because there's other ideas. We're chatting away on the walkie-talkie. We're on. Chatting away. Walkie-talkies out there. I want to be an astronaut. And Zoe, oh, after, do you hang up a walkie-talkie? I don't know. Aunt Mizzy. Yes, we were. And I think I used because that's okay. Just use your imagination. Got to thinking. Okay. So I think because I'm not a 24-hour streamer by any means, but I think today I'm probably going to go through 3 of the 6 stories. So now I've gone through, this is the 3rd. Well, maybe I'll go to the next one too, because it has a family dynamic in it that I was hoping to change. Co-captains! Okay, so they're excited about that. Make sure there's no mention of, oh, yep. Okay, so Aunt Mizzy and her close friend, we'll say that. We want to give Aunt Mizzy some love. Some other people who come around. It makes sense, I think. Okay. All right, so we got the family dynamics a-going. So this one is about the holidays, and the holidays in Zoomington are made up. And in this one, if I go back and look at my notes, in the second book, forgot there's some mention of pilgrims. And I don't remember why I mentioned pilgrims. I think they were pretending, but there's probably something else they could pretend about. Let's see. Oh, I think I already changed it to be explorers. Great. Or maybe, can I find pilgrims? Oh, there we go. Ah, it was right there. From sailing across the sea as, we'll just say as, we'll just say from sailing across the sea to exploring Pluto. Less is more. Don't need to have so much description. Okay, so going to the next book to change up these family dynamics. So today we've already taken out, we've slashed, and Mr. and Mrs. Mizzymeyer are gone. Now we have Aunt Mizzy instead. For Jane's bestie, we have a mom and a stepdad, so it's not so traditional-ish. What we know as tradition, but we all know that families look very different across the world. All right, so the Mizzymeyers, we're talking about their upcoming events. Xander asked about when they start decorating. So this is just going to be Aunt Mizzy. Okay. And then we have a big group coming up. Speaking of Quintalou's ease, so Aunt Mizzy's in charge, so Aunt Mizzy gets to talk a lot. I think it's about time we drew names for our gift exchange. Now, this excitement received squeals. See, this is where I keep saying the word squeals everywhere. Received Yeah, what's a synonym for squeal? I don't know. Synonym for squeal. Squeal. Screech, screamed. They screeched because they were so excited. Received, I don't know. I'm going to highlight it and think about it. Synonyms for squeals and just excitement because I say it way too much. Or I could just say, this announcement caused the, instead of, because I want to, ooh, jumping, okay, up and down. Yay, I'm so excited. And Aunt Mizzy, so I have a lot of mention of the parents in this one so far. Okay, so this is the other part. Will be, so I think it's okay to keep Gran and Grandpa. And your uncles, maybe we'll have uncles Peter. Well, would I say Uncle Peter and Uncle whoever? Uncle Peter and Paul. Peter and something fun. Oliver, since I said all. Uncle Oliver and cousins. I'm going to keep Jack and Charlotte. Charlotte is a meaningful name. A little pup that I took care of. Okay. So now we have a little bit different. It is a grandmother, grandfather, and then we have two uncles, and they have kids. Now they got really excited about this. Your uncle, Aunt Olive has changed into Uncle Oliver. Your Uncle Oliver and I have made sure to split the names. Remember, it's Quintalou's Eves. A tradition to keep your person secret. Said Aunt Mizzy. Okay. Now, I don't think there's too much more as far as mention of the family structure. I don't know why it keeps doing that. That's really weird. Anyways, so Jane's explaining about her holiday traditions because she does her own thing. Mr. Buffer is still fine. It's her stepfather, still named Mr. Buffer, I guess. Discovered they had, wow, it's lovely. Had gotten each other. Inline shoelaces. Okay. Wonderful. Well, that one was easy. And then I think for today, this has been a really good session. The others that I've recorded and put on YouTube and I think are on my Twitch account as well, I just simply read through all 6 books. Now I have 2 more that I need to go through. I'll save these 2 for probably Monday when I come back to go through and look at the family dynamics again. And let me see, overall other themes. So I wanted to figure out the aunt's job. I changed this family structure, so that's good. As I'm reading through it, I'm going ahead and cutting down on some words and descriptions, especially in story 1. The other stories, I didn't notice it as much as I was reading them out loud, but especially book 1, I wanted to cut down. Took out pilgrims. They're gone. Bye-bye. My note, stop saying squealed so much. I'm going to figure that one out. Some other different word than squealed, maybe. Or maybe I'll keep it. Who knows? The fourth book that I just did, the extra family structure, changed Aunt Olive to Uncle Oliver. And then I'm going to continue researching maybe YouTube books, free editing services, because obviously I'm not the best at that. It's okay, we all have our strengths. Cartoon drawing, I've already started doodling a little bit with what Zoe might look like. I really like the idea of it being a cartoon and maybe a video format. And then other books, ideas, something potentially on anxiety, mindfulness, and then because in that very first book I mentioned how her turtle slow-mo can talk, maybe something about pets because I love pets. And each book, the theme is something I'm into. So those are also things that I think are important to talk about. All right, well, thank you for watching today. That is going to be it for me. I should be back on Monday. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. I'm super excited about the progress being made on this. I'll see you next time.